So this is going to be later the same day you saw the last video where I rode Dakota on my own, and then I just had my ground person come out and help me out again. So I'm going to bridle her up, which she's taking the bit really well, as you can see here. I really love that. It's a huge progress from what you've seen originally where she just did not want to cooperate at all. I had to do quite a bit of talking her into wanting to do it because for a lot of horses, putting the bit in their mouth can be definitely aversive, and just like opening their mouth can be as well. And so we had to do quite a bit of work on that. I'm just getting the bridle here all sorted out. I still have the halter on underneath just because I do have my ground person hold on to her and help me out with her, so that's why that's under there. Eventually I'll take it off. It's not a big deal. I do my regular pre-getting on plan. I just kind of pet on her a little bit and then I'll hop on her. And I do want her to stand and like allow me to move around, get all settled, get my reins, move my legs, move my whip, do whatever it is that I need to do before I leave. So this is a huge improvement. So very nice. I love that she's taking the treats. She's standing still. She looks really relaxed. So I'm really liking the direction that she's going in. It's very nice. This is exactly what I want. It's really, a lot of her stuff is coming together. So I do like that. So I've asked her to move off here. And I'm just moving my whip so that I can work on some like hindquarter yields and help move her over. And then I might use my ground person if I need him here later on. So I know it's not the best vantage point with the camera because there's the fence and there's the tree and other stuff, but I'm trying to get it to where you can see as much as possible, but this is the easiest way to edit it so that I don't have to do a million cuts. So because I get close and then I get far away. But she is getting longer with the amount of time that she can walk and just continue going, so that looks great. Like she's allowing me to just have her walk for quite a while, and then before I ask her to turn, she's like listening as soon as I pick up on that rein. She's turning and she was really soft right there. That looks really good. Like there she even kind of almost bent to a stop and I had to ask her to go forward again, but she's just doing these nice little smooth turns. That looks very good. I love all of that. I have to just duck underneath the tree there a little bit, but I'm just kind of working on her steering and letting her walk out further, because you saw in the beginning I would have her walk like a step and then I get off, and then a few steps I get off, and then longer and longer and longer, and now I can do laps and do lots of steering and turning and things, and then I get off like over a big moment, or I can get off at the end of the ride now. So definitely huge improvements. So if you see those beginning videos and you're like, well, I don't want to jump off after everything, you don't have to do that forever. So, and there she's kind of bending to a stop. She bent like her front end again. I still have similar problems that I've had with other videos where she doesn't want to step up underneath, and that's definitely going to be me not paying attention or not noticing it while I'm on her back. So she is wanting to go to the mounting block / ground person and stand there. So that's what I'm kind of working on here, is just asking her to go forward away from him. So now she is kind of forming a magnet over there. But she's walking out really nicely. I love the speed there. Yeah, again, when I pick up, she goes to stop, but that's okay. She could have worse problems, honestly. I just kind of hold. I'll sometimes ask her to go forward, or I'll just release when she flexes her neck. So she went ahead and flexed her neck and turned a little bit, so I'll give her a treat there. And again, I should be rewarding her more for steering, because that is one of the things that is she needs to work on. Everything's new to her, but that's one of the things that she could definitely improve on. So I do want to work on that. And then I should have also been making sure she's getting through the turns all the way. And I probably could have done a bit more steering in the halter too before I moved on to the bridle. But again, I was trying to like, okay, she needs to wear a bridle, she needs to wear a saddle, she needs to do this and this and this. And I kind of lost sight of taking the time it takes for her. So, but her go forward cues look great. Even for a horse that's not a super forward horse, she's looking really good at that. And I just have my ground person here to just help with that forward motion. So it's connecting it to something she already knows, which is the round penning or the lunging, depending on if she's on the line or not. So I'm going to try to ask her to go forward. That was really good. That was a nice little try for her. I'm ask a little bit more. She's not the most graceful, and I don't want to accidentally reward her for tripping. I don't want that to be like something she does, but there we go. And then we go to the trot. That was really, really awesome. And you saw that I did that without him a little bit earlier, and I just got a little bit. I definitely got more of an actual forward trot with him, so that's why I still have him around occasionally. But that was really nice. Like, she's not the most graceful. She does drag her toes, so there is going to be a little bit of tripping in there. But I do want to be careful that I'm not clicking as soon as she does that because I don't want her to be less careful, if that makes sense. So I just asked her for a little bit more of that trot, and I'm going to let her eat her reward here and hang out for a minute, but definitely making progress. Even though, like, for me, like, she made great progress and she flew right through it. Um, and I could have taken even more time and like figured stuff out. And now, like, looking back, since I've learned some stuff, it could have gone a lot faster too. And then I have on the flip side, I'm sure people are like, that took forever. I'm used to seeing someone get on and ride, walk, trot, canter, fully saddled with the bridle on in like an hour. I mean, that's fine if that's what you want to do. That's not how I train. That's not how I want to train. This is how I want to train. So, and I've improved upon it over time. So, again, very nice trot transition. I think she ended up stopping on her own there. That's why I'm asking her to go again. But she is looking back at me. She is connecting that I'm asking her to do stuff and that she understands that there's a rider on her back. So that's why I kept asking to keep going into the trot here because she kind of was getting stuck to where she'd do a few strides and then stop and be like, okay, where's my cookie? And I was like, no, not yet. We need to do a few more. So that's why you really have to be progressive with clicker training. That's a very nice trot. You really have to do one step a few times, two steps a few times, three steps a few times, and keep building. Because if you get stuck and you just do 4 steps, and the horse is like, okay, here's my 4 steps, now where's my cookie? That definitely can happen. So you have to keep progressing and adding on to it. And you can then start chaining behavior. So maybe we trot the trot a couple laps in the arena, and then we stop and halt for a minute, and then I give her a reward, and I start adding in different behaviors. So um, my dog's gonna bark in the background a little bit, but that halt was really nice. I probably could have given her reward for standing there, but I think the reason I didn't is because she is by her magnet, which is the gate. And again, a nice little trot that looks great. I think what we were trying to do is have her go forward on that side of the round pen so that she has a little bit more motivation to go forward to the gate. I think that's what we were doing, and it worked out pretty well. But I don't want her to stop at the gate every time, so you do have to be aware of that as well. Decent turn there. She actually moved her feet. She does really get a little stuck and want to. She doesn't really connect her feet to the reins, I guess, that much. And I needed to work on that. Like I mentioned a little bit earlier, I needed to work on some steering a bit more. But I really want her to move like those shoulders and her feet to follow the reins and not just like turn her neck. Again, nice little jog to the other side to the right there. Perfect. She's just being awesome. Like, this is fantastic. I'm really, really happy that she is responding so well to my trot cues. You can see she's a little anxious getting the food, but I mean, obviously, we still have some stuff to work on, but this looks really great. So I'm really happy with the progress in the trot, and then we'll still work on some steering and some other stuff.